Hello, welcome. Do you have an appointment? Okay, great. Let me just look you up in our appointment book. Can I get your name, please? Okay. And today is... Okay, yes, I see you. I remember you. We talked on the phone, right? Okay, perfect. You are here for an eyebrow tweezing, is that right? Great. And your appointment today is with me. So that means I will be taking care of your brows today. It's your first time here? Okay. Well, do you have a eyebrow shape that you like to go to? Not exactly. Not a problem at all. Eyebrow shape is something very personal. It depends on the shape of your face and the impression you want to give. If you want, I can explain some of the different shapes in a little more detail. Okay, perfect. So I have a couple of different shapes right here. Please ignore the color. We had a bit of a printer malfunction. I will not make your eyebrows blue unless that's what you want. No. Okay, that's what I figured. Well, there are a couple different shapes to choose from, and the best shape for you can depend on your face shape. If you have a very round face, we often recommend a higher arch, a more angular, higher arch, kind of like this one right here. This gives the impression of length and height to your face and can balance out some of the width. If you have a more square face, a more rounded brow might be your go-to. If you want to kind of round out some of the angularity or the harsh edges of your face, sometimes people with very square faces can look a little intimidating, and a softer, rounder brow can help even that out a little bit. If you have a very long face, we often recommend a straight brow where there's not much of an arch at all, kind of like this one on the bottom, this one on top. It has a very flat arch. This gives the appearance of width to your face, makes your face look a little bit rounder, a little bit wider. If you are a K-pop fan, you'll probably see a lot of idols sporting this kind of brow. It's very popular in Korea, in Japan. It is believed to make your face overall look cuter, maybe a little bit more feminine. My clients typically like something of a natural arch, not too high, maybe not something quite as severe as this. There's also the S-shaped brow, but to be honest, I don't recommend it to most of my clients. It requires having very thick brows to begin with and is not all that flattering on a lot of different face shapes. If you have an oval face where your length is balanced by your width and it's not super angular, then honestly you can get away with pretty much any eyebrow shape. But it really is up to your personal preference. Your face shape? Well, Let me see. Do you mind if I touch your face just a little bit? Okay. I'm going to just sanitize my hands first. And this hand sanitizer smells really good. It's vanilla blossom. Okay. So I'm just going to see your face shape. It's not super angular. I think it's somewhat round, but somewhat oval. Kind of right in the middle of round and oval. That's what I would say. That's what I would say. It's right in the middle of round and oval. So you can get away with a higher arch if you want to. Or you can go for something a little bit more natural. A little bit more natural? Okay, that sounds great. So I'm going to start off by just cleaning your brows a little bit. Are you wearing any makeup? No? Okay, perfect. Just going to clean off your brows a little bit so that if there's any residue, anything like that, this should get it. This is a calming toner, so it should be very soothing to your brows before the tweezing. There we go. I'm going to just start with this brow. Okay, and the other one. There we go. All right. Then I'm going to take a little spoolie. These are all brand new, never been used. Do you prefer black or pink? Pink? Okay. I'm just going to brush out your brows so that I can see the natural length. See if there's any brows that need, or any hairs that need to get trimmed. Just gonna come in and brush, 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 brush towards the end of the brow. Okay. And brush, 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 brush. Right there at the end. I'm going to come in with these tiny scissors and give just a little bit of a trim to some of the longer hairs before plucking. This will help just define that shape a little bit more. Okay, that should be good. Let's give it one more brush. And the other side. Then I'm going to come in with some tweezers And I will try and do this as gently as possible, but just feel free to let me know if anything becomes too uncomfortable. There are some little pinches, but if anything is too uncomfortable, just let me know, okay? Okay. So I'm going to start on this side, right at the bottom of the arch. And just pluck, 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 pluck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And go in and brush, 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 brush. And pluck, 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 pluck. Just along the bottom of the arch to define it a little bit. A little bit. And then brush, 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 brush. Okay. And let's see. Pluck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The brush. And then I'm just going to come down to the tail a little bit. To the tail just a little bit. And pluck. 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to touch the front of your brow too much because you have a nice natural thickness right there. I'm going to focus more on the end of your brow and the arch and leave the front of the brow pretty much as is, okay? Alright, let's look over at the other side. Go. Pluck. 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 And on the end. A little bit on the arch. Just come in. The spoolie. They're shaping up nicely. Very good. And then if you don't mind, just coming in and holding your eyelid just down, up like this, just until the skin becomes taut. This will make it easier for me to pluck the underside of your brow and reduce the pain a little bit. Okay, so on this side. Perfect, thank you. And the other side, just hold that skin taut. Perfect. And coming in just underneath, grabbing some stray hairs. Right there, and there, and there. And one more right here. Okay. Just going to brush through them one more time to make sure I didn't miss anything. I think there's one right here. Got it. And the other side. Right. No, I think that looks good. Okay. So there's a mirror right behind you where you can check them and see how they look. I left them a little bit thicker, so we can always go thinner if you want. They look good? Okay, great. I'm really glad you like them. To finish up, I can put just a little bit of color in them with this brow pencil. It's this nice dark brown color that I think will be a good color for you. It's kind of like that. Okay, this will just define the shape a little bit more and not make them too dark. We still want them to look very natural. So I'm just going to emphasize the arch just a little bit. Just a little bit. And add just a bit of color back where some of the hairs are a bit sparse. Okay, and the other side, right underneath the arch, right on top of the arch, and right at the end. And then just a couple quick strokes right at the center or at the front of the brow. Just and oh, sorry, I bumped you. And then finally, I have some gel just to fix the shape in place, make sure that they don't budge. All of the hairs stay aligned. This is just the e.l.f. Wow Brow Tinted Gel. Not super expensive. You can get it at CVS, Walgreens, whatever. But I really like this one. This is that same deep brown color. This will add just a tiny bit of color to your brows and keep them in place so they don't wiggle all over. Okay, and the other side. Very good, okay. Thank you so much for coming in today. I hope you love your new brows. I think they look really great on you. If you need to make another appointment, you can always call or just shoot us a message on our website. Whatever works for you, and we will see you next time. Thank you.